This is my first rant ever. And also, I'd like to note that, for the record, when I first made this YouTube channel, I promised to myself that I would never, ever talk about this, make a video that is dedicated to the Sonic the Hedgehog voice actors. Yet I've basically made an exception here. Why? Because it appears that SEGA had the brilliant idea to replace Sonic's voice again. Okay, what's wrong with this? A number of things. The first one, and the big one, is what happened what happened the last time Sonic's voice was replaced. The fan base went fucking crazy, and the portion of the fan base that was sane had to put up with the insane portion. Essentially, everyone was just going nuts. Allow me to give you a dramatization. See what I mean? So I said, but now people have really been quiet about it. In fact, I can't even remember the last time I actually heard someone screaming "Griffith!" ever. I have not heard that in ages, which is good because I don't like to have to hear that bullshit. Instead, we've been hearing more about the green eyes in Sonic 4, which is total bullshit. That is just, and people bitching about that is just like ridiculous. Anyway, so people bitching about the green eyes is just stupid. But hey, I guess it's essentially, I thought it was the new Griffith, but it turns out the new Griffith might be this. Because seriously, you should have noticed how much people complain about the voices. You should have noticed also how, I'm assuming you did, that's why you tried to change it, but you should have also noticed that people haven't been complaining lately. And just replacing the voice now, when people are finally shutting up, is not a good idea, because truth is, you're just gonna make them bitch again! I mean, I can only imagine it now. I can imagine the fans going, "Oh my god, this sounds terrible! The voice is terrible! Why isn't it Ryan Drummond? What happened? Why didn't he even bother replacing it?" I mean, do you really want to hear that? Do you really want to hear that every single day of your life again? I sure as hell don't. So why are you having us hear it again? So this rumor's been circulating around for a while. When I first saw the Sonic Colors footage in E3, I thought to myself, "Wow, this might be the first time that Jason Griffith sounded in it." I listened and I thought it was Jason Griffith, and I'm like, wow, I've never thought Jason Griffith sounded so bad, because I've always liked Jason Griffith and Ryan Drummond. I want to go on record right now by saying that they're both great voices for Sonic. And even though the fan base has gone crazy on Griffith, he's still excellent. There's a few fuck-ups here and there, but there were also a few fuck-ups here and there with Ryan, so don't go fucking crazy on Jason Griffith. Anyway. Yeah, so essentially, it's the Sonic Colors footage. When I first saw it, I'm like, wow, Jason Griffith sounds kind of annoying in this one. Right? And essentially, usually, if voice acting varies between games, it can be blamed on the voice director, because there's a different voice director for every single freaking game. Which is why, even though I think Amy Pallant is a great Tails, why suddenly in Sonic Rebels 2 she sounded like a girl. She made Tails sound like a girl, but in every other Sonic game, Tails does not sound like a girl, because essentially different voice directors. Now, anyway, but I'll get into that later. So anyway, I wanted to note here, that when I first listened to it, it sounded really annoying. In fact, I would have assumed that they had a new voice actor for the Japanese voice of Sonic, and that if it weren't for the fact that I could hear Dr. Eggman clearly, Mike Pollock clearly voicing Dr. Eggman in the background. When I listened to it, it was just like so overdramatic. But at some points, it was funny. For example, when he gets the laser, he goes, "Come on, laser!" It's like. It just makes me think of the shoot-to-whoop line, "I'm a fire in my laser!" And it makes me think that Sonic is going to bring back the freaking shoot-to-whoop meme again. But anyway, yeah. Basically, that's what I thought when I heard it in Sonic Colors. But now moving on to... But then essentially I caught some footage I ended up getting a hold of some footage that apparently the same guy who's doing the same new guy apparently also voiced Sonic in this ride called the Sonic Spinball in the UK. Just listen to this.
Have a great stay. Don't forget to ride the Sonic Spinball. Woo-hoo! Whoa! Have you been on Sonic Spinball yet? Whoa! Let's go! Check out the consoles. Time to relax after all that spinning. Whoa! Let's go! Hey! Welcome to the Sonic Room! This is where all the cool hedgehogs hang out. Let's go! Hey! Welcome to my room. Keep your eye out for Dr. Eggman now. Let's go! Whoa!
Oh my god, that sounded horrible! Are you kidding me? Dude, that was not right! This is another reason why you shouldn't replace Sonic's voice. Because most of Sonic's voices just aren't good. You just lucked out that the two game voices were the good ones. Every other Sonic voice has been terrible. Jaleel White sounds, despite how many people I think, despite the community that likes Jaleel White, I want to note that Jaleel White sounds like Steve Urkel, who is also played by Jaleel White, mixed with Bugs Bunny with braces and a southern accent. Then when you combine all of those, you get this one. You get Jaleel White's Sonic.
Kids, there's nothing more cool than being hugged by someone you like. But if someone tries to touch you in a place or in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable, that's no good. It's your body. No one has the right to touch you if you don't want them to. So what do? First, you say no. Then, you get out of there. Most important, you gotta tell someone you trust. Like your parents, your teacher, a police officer.
Martin Burke was also terrible. He sounded rather annoying, kind of slow-paced for Sonic, and he also had this, what was it? Oh yeah, he had a cowboy-like accent at some points. In addition to that, he also spawned us the very famous line in Sonic OVA.
You might know everything I'm going to do, but that's not going to help you, since I know everything you're going to do. Strange, isn't it?
So yeah, so I think now let's move on to Ryan Drummond. Ryan Drummond is a huge fan. Loves voicing Sonic. He's got a passion for it. Now from what I can tell, he tried to do Jaleel. He tried to sound like Jaleel White. Although unlike what you would think would be the result, Ryan Drummond actually Ryan Drummond in result actually shows Jaleel White how it should have been done. He shows how the voice should have been, how Sonic should have been. He captures the speedy attitude He captures the speedy attitude very well. Makes Sonic sound cool. He does everything for Sonic. Then that was not as dirty as it sounded. Anyway,
Talk about low-budget flights, no food or movies. I'm out of here. I like running better.
So yeah, he has the voice down. He had the voice down. The only game that I really didn't like Ryan Drummond's voice in was Sonic Heroes. I don't know. It just sounded. I think that was even though. I think they might have had. Back in the old days, they had the same voice director for every game. It was Lonnie Manella, the voice of Rouge back then. Well, she could have been. Apparently, she must have been getting old. Must have been losing some experience. I don't know, because essentially she basically her direction on Sonic was kind of, I don't know, just a lot of the lines like "Here we go," really just sounded really annoying. It sounds a little. I mean, most of the cutscene stuff is okay, but not all of it. Well, there's a lot of stuff that makes Sonic sound like he's a bit unhappy. Yes. Yeah, but that's my only time I wasn't fond of Ryan Drummond's voice. Then he gets replaced by Jason Griffith, which is it's not the fault of SEGA, it's the fault of 4Kids for that. Why? Because essentially, 4Kids, essentially Ryan Drummond was actually willing to go to 4Kids to voice Sonic because he liked the role so much. He was willing to pay for the flight from California to 4Kids TV. But what happened? Even though he was willing to pay, they declined him because they didn't want to pay it for him. Even though he said he would pay it himself. So I think 4Kids gets the official douchebag mark.
Douche!